A very good evening from India. And of course, lovely good morning, energetic noon to all the beautiful and pious souls across the globe. I, Supriya Kumar Velan, welcome you all on this exciting and inspiring global talk show by Business Power Academy, Netherlands. And this show is going to inspire millions and zillions, and it is doing a fantabulous job day by day. And today it is going to be more special because we have a special guest today, Wayne Kuhn from Canada. And before I take a deep dive in my journey, let me tell you why this episode is going to be so special today. Because we do have Miss Veronica Saban, business coach, owner, entrepreneurship of Business Power Academy. Now, I pass my dice to Miss Veronica Saban for the further journey. Yes, Miss Veronica.
Good afternoon, good morning to everyone. I would love so to welcome you to our global talk show, Share Your Life Story Experience, where we share our true life story experience and where we speak from heart to heart. Our global talk show has the main goal to inspire, motivate, and educate you, but the most important, to connect you to each other and to grow together.
Thank you, Veronica, for this beautiful message and the way you are flourishing, the way you are doing. It's incredible. Even the adjectives are less today for Miss Veronica Saban, which she is doing for Business Power Academy. And she is transforming lives of millions, which include mine too. Well, moving ahead in my lovely journey with Wayne Kuhn, let me introduce who is Wayne. Well, Wayne, my fellow Toastmaster in Black Walnut International Toastmasters Club, and he is a Toastmaster DTM for 29 years and earned his DTM designation in 2008, having won many awards for speaking and holding workshops, seminars, helping people with personal development. He is enthusiastic about life and bring this positive energy and passion for life to everything he has done till now. If I talk, Wayne is the president and founder of the Recharge Group. Recharge is the process of elevating your mindset so you think and function at a higher, more positive product level. So, Wayne, welcome to our show. And I'm so super excited to host you today.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Supriya. And nice to meet you, Veronica. I'm excited today, and thank you for this opportunity. I just welcome any opportunity like this to talk to your audience and other people about recharge. And it's an exciting journey that I'm on, and hope I can fill you in a little bit about why recharge and where it came from.
Welcome, Sir Wayne Kuhn. It's a huge pleasure and honor to having you on our global talk show where we speak from heart to heart and where we share true life stories to grow together.
So I think I will ask that question, which is popping up in my mind from day before yesterday and today also. When my first question, which I always wanted to ask from Black Walnut Toastmasters International time, and that is the time has come today to talk to you and to ask you the very first question about you, your life journey, your career, and your Toastmaster journey, which always influenced me and inspired me. Yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Supriya. Let's go back quite a few years, I guess. I came from a very conservative background. You might call it religious background. And so prosperity and becoming wealthy was never in our formula, family, how the family was laid out. I remember my parents always talked about be thankful for what you have. And this rang through to me over and over. We were always thankful for what we had. But what that translated to, I think, in my early years, is that don't go out and get more than you need. Just be thankful for what you have. And so we never excelled at anything. We just were very, like conservative and did things. We had a small farm, and that's kind of where it stopped as a child. But I knew there was always more out there. It's just a matter of changing that mindset to move ahead. And if I can tell you right now, I wrote a book called It's Time to Recharge. And I want to talk a little bit about where that came from in my journey. I started off actually in a technical background, and then I switched to becoming a real estate broker. And I did that for 35 years. And actually, I just retired from that field. But one of the questions when I went into real estate after many years of working, I found some did very well and created great businesses and teams and became very wealthy, where other realtors just got by. They pay their bills and just did kind of an average business. Yet, the real thing is that all the realtors go through the same class. They go through the same educational process, and they all learn the same techniques. They all learn the same how to put an offer together, how to talk to your clients, what to do and everything. And I thought, well, why does this person become a multimillionaire and this person just gets by? And of course, people look at them, well, their parents were rich, or they won a lot of money, or they're in a better community, and you get all these external forces making up reasoning or logic because of where they are. But I found that the truth is internal. It's that voice that says, what do you really want? And so when I discovered that, I thought recharge came to me, and what recharge is you had mentioned earlier, is the raising of your mindset. Because I believe there's two mindsets. There's the lower and the higher, what I call low and high. Some will call it optimist or pessimist. Some will call it positive or negative. And I don't want to jump ahead too far, but that's where I came is the person that is moving ahead and creating great wealth has more positive and optimistic tendencies than a person that says, no, I could never do that. I can't. I can't speak, Supriya. I'm too shy, or I can't make that much money. Like, what would I do with it? That type of person will stay stuck. And so recharge brings that person out of their shell and helps them see their own potential. So that's kind of where I came from, and I built from there. And it's exciting to open people's eyes up to, if I change my mindset, I change my relationships, I change my finances, I change everything around me. That's powerful.
That's really awesome, Wayne. And I know you from Toastmasters time that let me tell you, my live viewers who are watching us today on this beautiful platform, Wayne is a very supercharged fellow Toastmaster in Black Walnut International Club, and he will never give any chance to me to speak in my speech. So he is the best. And besides a great speaker, he is an author. And today, I am sculpturing out an author. So Wayne, love to know about your book that is called Recharge and is going to recharge everyone today.
Thank you, Supriya. Yeah. Recharge is actually, it's available on Amazon.ca. You just type in, it's time to recharge. And this came about because you can, like, if you have a room full of people, you can talk to so many people. But if you have a book, you can reach a bigger audience. And my goal is to reach as many people as I can to talk to them about mindset and recharge. And in Recharge, I wrote my story about where I came from and how I realized that with a higher mindset, you can achieve so much more. And in the book, I also talk about my success circle. And the success circle that I talk about is your thoughts create your feelings, which create your actions, and then you get results from that. And some people look at that and say, oh yeah, that's fine. But is it fine? Because if you take that formula, you can plug in anything. So I came to Toastmasters, and I'm not a very good speaker. So that's my thought. I'm not a very good speaker. Well, what kind of feelings does that create? Well, I'm very inadequate, not very, not low self-esteem. So all those feelings that suck the energy out of you, created by my thought, I'm not a very good speaker. Now, Supriya, what if I said, I'm the best speaker there is in this room? I have confidence. People love to hear me. People love to hear what I have to say. I'm excited. So if you put that forward, what kind of speaker are you going to be? You're going to be confident. You're going to look at your audience, and they're going to look at you, and you're going to connect much better. So that higher mindset is so important in developing it. If I can back up a little, I originally got into Toastmasters because have you ever heard of Tony Robbins? He's a big, tall man, and he just bellows out at his audience, and he's into NLP, I believe, and various other things. And I remember seeing him years and years ago, like 40, 50 years ago. I want to be like Tony Robbins, and I thought to myself, yeah, I've since grown up, and I don't want to be like Tony Robbins, but I want to be like Wayne Kuhn. So, but I thought, I had this love for stage, and I had this love for connecting with people, and that just kind of developed from there. And Toastmasters was a way that they could teach me the communication skills. They could also teach me leadership skills, and they also gave me an audience that would help me with feedback and that, and how I can improve and be better and better and better. So Toastmasters was a perfect fit, and it's kind of a life journey for me, and it'll be almost 30 years, and you'll work from there. So that's quite exciting. But one of the things that is the premises also for Recharge is in sales, and everybody sells. I don't know if you believe that or not. If you go to a movie and you really love the movie, you're going to tell your girlfriends that, hey, this is a really good movie. You're selling the idea that you're excited about something. So I believe everybody has some type of selling. But one thing I realized is, in a lower mindset, you can't sell anything but lower mindset stuff. You and when you're in a lower mindset, you stifle your creativity. Your whole thought process of moving ahead is suppressed. And when I found this out, I thought, that's dangerous, because if you're not in a higher recharged mindset, you can't move ahead. You can't reach your goals if you're saying, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do that. If you don't have the optimistic idea of moving ahead. And some people say, I could tell this to people and they say, oh yeah, I knew that. And then they go on with life in their rut. But you got to do something about it. In this book, I talk about I call it the hour of power. I know lots of authors have different names for it, but I truly believe that first hour of your day is the most important hour. And if you can program that first hour of your day, the rest of your day will be high and up. And by that, just a few things like you want to read your goals, you want to meditate, you want to connect with your spiritual, your being, whatever thing you believe in. And people that don't believe in something bigger than them will never get bigger than them. I truly believe that. And so you have to believe and have faith that you don't have all the answers, but you can move forward not knowing everything, and everything falls in place. So you have to be optimistic, and you have to believe, and you have to feel good about your journey moving ahead. And you do that in the first hour of power, where you meditate, you connect, and you review your goals. And I'm a firm believer in affirmations. That's that little voice in your head that's always talking. And what's that voice saying to you? It says, Sabria, you're the best. You're the best speaker there is. And you connect with people, and people love your energy. And those affirmations you had to write down and review constantly. And yeah, I'm going on likely all over the place, but that's the excitement of recharge. And I talk about different things of people. One of the things I was going to mention in sales is like a roller coaster, and so is life. Life is like a roller coaster, and I'm not here to pretend that I'm up all the time, or Supriya, you're always happy. Like, we like to think you are, but I'm sure you're not always happy. And Veronica, I'm sure we have that cycle. So the important thing when I was in sales is if somebody said, no, I don't want to buy this house, I'm going to wait. And they go, oh, you go back to the office and you sit at the office and say, oh, I'm so depressed. I lost this sale. And you could be in that mindset for a day or a week, as long as you want, or you could snap out of it in a minute if you have the tools and you know how your mind works. And I believe people that get into that lower mindset can snap out and jump up if they have the real tools. Now, I do want to respect the fact that some people get depressed, and there is clinical depression that no matter what I say, no matter what they read, they won't be able to recover from that, and then they need more than I can give them. Sometimes they need coaching or therapy or that, and I fully understand that, and I respect that. But I think generally the general population, you and I, we can keep ourselves moving ahead and keep ourselves creating a life that we want to live, just by keeping our mindset where it should be. And last point I certainly want to make is that surrounding yourself with people that are like-minded is so important. That was one of the biggest challenges I find most people have, is their sphere of influence is sucking the energy out of them, and they don't know it. Their buddies are sucking the energy. Like they're and the sooner you realize that, that's a tough decision to make. But if you have a close friend and they're just not on board with you, you have a decision to make. You can go down their path or down your path, but oftentimes you can't go both. So I don't know, something like that I talk about in Recharge is making those tough decisions. Yeah. Sorry, I'm likely off track. How am I doing?
So it's amazing. It's amazing to get so many insights and clarity. How should we manage so our thoughts, actions, and our environment? So, who should surround us in general, because it's affecting enormously our life and our results as well in all areas of our life. I have some questions to you because you have been talking so about the inner shift and mind power, which is really one of my favorite topics, what I'm teaching. So during my live streams, my coaching programs and courses, because our internal power, our inner shift is the power that we can unleash within us and to realize our wildest dreams. And that's what many people don't understand. How? Could you explain us, please, how does it work when you unleash so your inner power? And how do you define these terms? Inner shift, focus, belief, and realization.
Good question, Veronica. And there's likely 5 different answers for that. I'll give you my opinion on that. Is in my book, I talk about the kitchen table. And I believe that when we are small, we all sit around a kitchen table, and it's kind of metaphorical, but it's actually reality. And so around this kitchen table, we may have our mom, our dad, our brothers or sisters, or we may have a stepfather, we may have a single mom, we may have a grandparents. We all have different people around us at this kitchen table. And so if you can visualize you're 4 or 5 years old, and around this kitchen table, people are talking, arguing maybe, laughing, and you are absorbing this as a sponge, as a child. And you absorb that, and that becomes your paradigm. And I think a lot of people don't realize how they are affected by their past. Now let's jump ahead 30 years. So here you are, Veronica, you're at the kitchen table again. It may or may not be the same kitchen table that you were at as a small child. Maybe your mom gave you the table. But the difference is it's your table. You've chosen to be sitting at this table. Now, as a child, as a 4-year-old, you didn't have that choice. You couldn't say, Mom, I don't like this family. I want to go somewhere else. Because this is what happened. And the reason I'm telling you this is now you have the choice. You can decide who's at your kitchen table. You can decide the people that are around you. The reason I say this is because what happens, I believe, inside us started when we were a child. And if we hold on to that, we will not be able to get out of the mode that's in. And sometimes that kitchen table was very positive experience, but oftentimes it wasn't the experience that we would like to springboard us ahead. So you've got this paradigm inside you. You've got this things that are inside you, all the feelings, the knowledge, and that is inside you, and it's like it's in a box, and you have to decide what do you want to keep in that box, and what don't you want in that box. What is in that box that is helping you move forward, and what is in that box that is holding you back? And that to me is where awareness comes in. I talk about the 4 A's of my recharge. One is acknowledge. There is acknowledge what you can. Acknowledge what, because some things we can't change. We can't change our parents, they're fixed. We can't change our siblings, they're fixed. So there's certain things we can't change. I can't change the fact that I'm 6 foot, I'm balding. I'm not going to be a supermodel anymore. I can't change that. So I need to acknowledge that this is what I have to work with to move ahead. And the second A is awareness. So once I'm acknowledged that, now I'm aware of what I have and the tools that I have and the talents that I have, and I can use these to move ahead. And once I'm aware of what I have, then I can put it into action and start making things work. And last of all, the last A is accountability. Because once you take your action, then you have to be accountable. That can be in a coach, somebody that's cheering you on, somebody that's measuring your performance and moving you ahead. So you mentioned about that shifting inside. To me, that inside only shifts when you're aware of what's in it. And once you're aware of what's in it, then you can start to move things. I think, and I sometimes am a little opinionated. Pardon me. So not everybody's going to agree with what I'm going to say. But I think some of the problems we have in today's society is people are not going to let go of the past. I was an abused child. I hear that so much. And I want to say, I'm sorry, but let's move on. Don't hold on to that negative, that thing that's sucking the energy out of you, and move on, because we can't change that. We can't change your past, but we can build an excellent future for you. And I don't discount some of the negative that's happened, but my gosh, today is a new day. It's Wednesday. We're moving on. The sun is shining. Here we are, the 3 of us talking together. What positive experience can we bring from this? Because only the positive experience will get you where you want to go. Remembering that negative experience will not get you where you want to go. And so it's a matter of that shift inside. How can we handle that, deal with that? I don't know. There's some books out there that I think are just wrong. There's some advice that's out there that I just think is not getting us where we want to go. And I think you have to discern what is good for you and what just doesn't make sense. Some people, I heard one I thought he was a kind of a famous guy. He says, oh yeah, he says, you want to come over, you want to get over your past. He says, take a piece of paper and write down all about your bad experiences. And a friend of mine did this, and he says, oh, I never got so depressed in all my life. I thought, how did that help you? Well, he said, if you write it down, it gets you out of your, it gets you out. No, it doesn't. It brings alive the negative again. So I don't know, that's a controversial thing to talk about, and each person has to deal with it thereover. But I think some of that teaching is not in line with being the best person you can be. So yeah, I'm sorry I got off the track there a little, Veronica, about your shifting the inside. But I think the awareness is a major thing. Yeah.
I want to relate to this topic, to the paradigm and environment. As a little child, I felt always lonely in my family. But the thing is that I didn't know why I felt lonely. I was thinking differently from all the family until today. For example, if my mom was asking me, Veronica, can you help me to do this, this, then I was saying in return, do you see that I'm busy? Like I was only 8 or 9 years. So in my mind, I was thinking that my mom should respect my boundaries and my time at a such age. Yes, and it was a real fight. So with my parents, with my mom, with my brother, with my dad. And I isolated so mentally from my family because I had always my own opinion. But I want to say that this is very hard. At that time, I couldn't realize so what was going on with me, and I was thinking that I'm wrong, that I'm not a good child, yes, that I'm too stubborn, that I don't want to listen to anyone, and that my mom is gonna hate me. The thing is that I always have had my own position and opinion, and I grew up with an incredible strong position for myself. And when I was about 14 years, so I said to my mom, you will see that when I will turn up 18, I will leave this country and I will realize my wildest dreams. And she looked at me, are you crazy? I was only 14 years. I have written down all my dreams for the rest of my life. I made a list, a very long list. And I said to my mom, first of all, I will start to learn the Italian language because I love so much this country and this language. I will move to Italy. So, and when I turned up 18 years, I did it.
Good for you. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. But it sounds like you became aware of why you were the way you were.
Yes, but the other time I didn't realize this. It was very hard. So because I couldn't understand that I was thinking differently from all my family. I think
Okay.
that, yeah, that was so the shift, and that was the awareness what I got after years.
Mm-hmm.
That was the reason why I felt lonely. So because
Yeah.
I was thinking differently, and
Yeah.
for no reason I couldn't accept so their opinion. My mom was literally fighting with me, like, no, this is my opinion, and point. My mom, oh my gosh, what a stubborn child. And if my father was not permitting me to express my opinion, I was writing a letter for him, and okay, so voila, you can you can acknowledge you.
It sounds like you've inherited the strength from your mom.
I don't know, but really, so I was showing as such behavior, which is incredible.
Good for you.
Yes, the thing is that I did all these things, but when I planned all my dreams, like you told, so during the COVID-19, not everything in our life, so it's happening the way how we think and how we want. Because I have experienced a heart attack. Yes, I can call that a burnout, and from that powerful personality, I lost so completely my confidence, my hope, first of all, and I got bankrupt. So I lost everything what I built it up along the years.
Wow. Wow.
I was lucky that I always have had, and I still have, a very huge global network. So outside the fact that I had always my company, I was active as well in network marketing. Yeah. And we were collaborating with 25 countries around the world.
Good.
And yes, my mentors, they have seen this power, this mental power and potential within me. And in that time when I was sick because of the heart attack, they visited me at home.
Wow, that's
Yes,
good.
I swear I got tears, and they invited me out to go to eat together to a restaurant. And what do you think that they have proposed to me? Just come back, please. We need you. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes,
Wow.
and then of course that I accepted to work with them, but from home, because I should take care so of my health, and I should take care so of my confidence to get up again and to be again myself. The thing is that I should learn to set strong boundaries and to love more myself, even if I have a very powerful mindset and personality. I was very, very good for people around me, for my family, but at one certain point, so I forgot myself. And this was so the aha momentum when I realized that I need so this internal shift from inside down and to change. And I think that when something like this is happening, when it's turning upside down our life, is happening with a reason. Now, like because it's preparing us for a huge changement of destiny. And this is exactly what was happening to me.
Yeah, that's interesting because I used to, many years ago, I almost prayed for a crisis because what I looked around and I thought people that have had a crisis seem to excel more. And so here I was being average. Nothing would change. And I remember when I turned 50, I said, I need to create a crisis because and that's what I did. I made a whole lot of changes when I turned 50 because I said, like, if this is as good as life is, like, this isn't fun. You have to create it. But one thing I do also am an advocate of is a lot of people, how should I put it? I look at the mind as a muscle. Like I can read a book and say, oh, that was a nice book. But if you really want to change the way you think about something, you have to do it every day. It's like a workout every day, because you slide. It's just like you can't if you go on a diet and you lose 20 pounds, you can't go back and eat what you used to before you have to change your what you eat for the rest of your life in order to hold that level. And so I believe the mindset is the same way. Is when I talk about recharge, when I talk about a higher mindset, that doesn't just happen overnight. It's like yourself. You have to work at it, and sometimes we falter, and sometimes there's things that come along that shake our whole foundation. We have a death in our family or whatever, and it just like shakes. You wonder what's going on, and but I strongly believe, and I know in the Bible it says to always look for good in whatever happens. And I thought, well, that's tough, but that's mindset. It doesn't mean that everything happens is good. It says look for good in everything that happens, and to me that is magical, and that's sometimes where the miracle is, and Yeah, you're beautiful people. I love you. I can feel the energy coming through this screen.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, this is awesome. This is awesome.
I have the next question. How huge could be the impact if we will share so a powerful live store experience during one event, for example, during a master class or global conference? Because what I know, but many people don't realize how huge and intensive is the impact that we can make through our live store experience.
Mhm. That was very motivating for me. When I was told, like, I never thought, well, I'm an average person. What do I have to share? But each one of us has an audience out there. That's what I believe. That's what I was told. And I really believe it, is that each one of us have an audience. We just need to find them and bring them together. And the first time I heard it, it made me sad. When you go, you've likely talked in front of a lot of people, and if you remember a crowd, like the last physical talk I did, I think was in front of about 300 people, and I looked over them, and I thought to myself, I'm going to give this message to 300 people, but only maybe 3 or 5 will actually get it, because the rest will go home and they'll say, oh, that was nice. And they go on with their life and nothing's changed. But then I realized I don't know which people I'm talking to. I don't know who in that audience will actually grasp my message. And so therefore I have to passionately give it to each one. And then it's up to you. And I thought that was powerful, because it was sad, because most of you will go home and miss the point. But some of you, it's almost like that. Some of you will get it. And so if we keep talking, if we keep telling our story, we will find our audience, and it'll get bigger and bigger. And don't ever be discouraged, because some people won't get it. They won't. They'll hear, but they're not listening. And I think that's always motivational for me, knowing that there's an audience out there, and somebody needs to hear my story. Somebody needs it. Somebody needs to hear your story, Sabria, and somebody needs to hear your story, Veronica. That will inspire. There's nothing more rewarding than having somebody come to you and say, you inspire me.
That's really
it's so beautiful, because so many people are sending me messages. Even my team members that they work so with us together, because we are as a family. And today sent me a message and said, Veronica, you inspire me so much, because I'm a single mom, and like you create these opportunities for us that we can survive and that we can grow and shine. Because one important thing is what many people don't realize is that when you connect, when you collaborate together, happens the magic. You can shine, you can show your talent, your qualities. We speak here with purpose. What does it mean? That our global talk show has a purpose, has a mission and a vision. We know where we want to go. So our talk show is not a simple talk show like many people think. The thing is that they have to open their mind and to see more than a talk show, and to connect. So like with, I mean, from heart to heart, because that's when something has a huge significance, a huge meaning, and makes so a an immense impact globally. And
Mhm.
the talk show is not only about to talk, but it's about to transform the life of other people and to show them that there are millions of opportunities that we can create together.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I must say that this talk show today, what we had, it is a combination of recharge, and we all are recharged today with Wayne, which you have given your golden nuggets, and our live viewers who are constantly and consistently supporting us, Miss Veronica's golden nuggets of transformation. And of course, I loved your both people journey about a very emotional moment, but in that emotional moment, you both people gave how to move on in life, how to face difficulties. And I will only conclude by saying these lines that people will break you, rate you, hate you, shake you. I repeat, people will hate you, rate you, break, shake you, but it's you who will make you. And you people
That's
both
awesome.
have made awesome journey. And this is going to be the really, really electrifying recharge global talk show by none other than Business Park Academy, Netherlands. So hats off to you, Wayne. Hats off to
Thank
Veronica
you.
for
Thank you.
making this
Thank you
session
so much.
super in charge. Thank you,
Thank
lovely
you.
audience, for your love too.
Thank you. Thank you.